Hola, it is I, the very tired gypsy. I'm just chilling on my couch, and the last 2 days I've been spending just really enjoying the peace and relaxation that not working has to offer me. My video today is around the gratitude I have for my entire year. Through this year of exploration for me, where I've just discovered that I haven't actually worked for the whole year. This time last year, I was pretty much preparing to leave my job and my town and travel in my car. So it's been quite an interesting journey for me. Usually I'd be journaling this or writing it down, but I really wanted to make a video reflection. And I'm actually only relaxing right now because I've just been trying to integrate everything that's been happening and everything that has happened and how much of myself I've really come into. So I have just spent a week working, doing some temp shifts because the cash was amazing, and I was like, fuck yeah, this is, not something I normally do. I'll be able to put up with it. And my first day I was kind of getting anxiety just trying to get there. I remember the feeling of having to be on time and working with time frames and having all these people in my face and physically working on structure, scheduling, whatever. And as much as been fruitful, and I've had some amazing conversations, connections, always meeting people that are like me, which is the best part about doing stuff like this. Every time I get out of my comfort zone or out of my house, I'll be faced with something like that, which is awesome. And I've learned how to do that. I've learned how to put into my awareness things that I positively seek rather than the things that I shouldn't be thinking about. So I would also wanted to share that I was able to come to this perspective from doing a day of silence last week. I was just finally, I had a little badge that said I'm in silence. And when I couldn't escape, I couldn't find myself in a space where I was feeling comfortable, relaxed, and just able to be zen. So doing that was enabling me to feel quiet in my mind. It didn't matter who was around me. My dog's going a bit crazy. It didn't matter who was around me. I was just able to sit with myself, and the whole day was amazing. It took a lot longer to go by. I was able to enjoy food and color, and I was noticing things more. I was really present. It was like active meditative silence. So that was cool. And then, I was able to just really see and feel how far I'd come since the last time I was able to sort of do something like that and to be with myself, because I've been so busy doing everything. I've always been like, oh, I got to wait till I go hiking to feel calm. I feel like I can't meditate when I'm in this house because my housemate's always home. And it just feels, my dogs often bark at things that they hear a while away. It's very intuitive. So I haven't been able to really feel like I've been doing much meditative work, much silence, things that I can go to calm down. So the whole year for me has basically been about that, where I've left my job last year. This time last year I was working just through Christmas, but I hadn't had a plan. I was just planning to leave and decide where I was going after that. And I was just going through a fresh breakup. I wasn't able to really process it. I was just keeping myself distracted. And I felt like I was alone, but in a good way, and I was really challenging myself, and I was able to discover how independent I can be and how everything is actually okay when you step out of your comfort zone. So January came and I sold my car. Just all happened last minute. I'd manifested it. I was just in my car. Well, I sold it, got into a 4-wheel drive and had a rooftop camper. I had a business venture I was going to pursue, which I took out a personal loan for, and that actually fell through, but I also was given guidance by others at the time because I was always seeking outward. I was just looking for the next best thing to do that was exciting, and I ended up keeping the cash and using it to travel, which was such a better idea. And I ended up, again, through my subconscious, obviously manifesting people and teachers and lessons to evolve into the greatest potential that I can become. I had a travel partner come over from the US. Him and I had met through this thing, and basically it was like 4 months worth or 5 months worth of emotional turmoil. Basically, I was able to reveal parts of myself and to myself that I hadn't been ready to deal with before, and parts of me that I suppressed out of kindness and niceness to others, and not really able to just sort of let it out and show what I wanted and, you know, what my expectations were. So we traveled for a little bit and we came back to some family. Then we moved up to the Sunshine Coast, and I was able to stay and work in this little place where we were able to get food and accommodation. So we stayed on a bus, which was awesome. That was for like 2 months. And at that point, I'd kind of run out of cash, and I was like, what's going to happen here? I was kind of looking for work, but I just didn't really go for it. And this came up, so I was able to stay there, you know, got to know Noosa a little bit, have this amazing experience. We were meeting all these people. Like, I've met so many people this year. It's been wild. And I had that freedom and that flexibility to just be free all the time. I didn't have a commitment to go to do anything. Of course, I was helping out at the cafe, but there was nothing really that I had commitment to. So I'm grateful, because a lot of that time I was purging so much emotionally and trying to deal with a lot of external provoking behavior for my own, you know, for my own growth and whatnot. And everyone we meet obviously are mirrors of ourselves that we need to face. So I ended up coming back to some family around June, July, and decided I'd go south again, and meet up with a friend. This is where I'm staying now. I was able to come down here with my puppy. I had a space to live, so I've been living like a domesticated life for a little bit, doing lots of study in between there. I've taken on like 3 different study courses and just chilling like a villain. I just feel like everything that's happened to me this year has been because I've needed to give myself the space emotionally to discover who I am, how I'm coping, what I'm capable of doing, what my power is, you know, how I can stand into my power and what I really deserve. And when I was working, I was so distracted by feeling sore and painful and tired and just shit fog from everyone else around me that I wasn't really able to sit for 10 minutes and just think about what I needed. And working 9 to 5 it's not human life. We're not supposed to even be really doing that type of thing, like for such a slave wage. So anyway, being back has been interesting because I remember now, and I'm feeling so much more appreciative of the time that I have for growth and for doing the things that I enjoy doing and not having restrictive time limits, because I just don't follow time anymore. Time is not a thing for me, and I don't feel like it's necessary, obviously in certain things, but it feels so much better not knowing and not having that limit and that anxiety attached to the limit. And having this year has just really helped me evolve emotionally and not being constantly triggered or reminded I've got to go do something, so I'm not giving myself the space and vulnerability to feel and to discover these parts of myself. So overall, it's been a pretty shit, hectic, emotional year, and I am so fucking over the choices I've been making, but not in a bad way, but just like, come on, Crystal. Like, come on. And it's funny because when we have these triggers and these patterns that we're repeating all the time, we kind of, if we're aware we're doing them, but it's like there's still part of you that still does it. And then it's like, well, obviously I'm ready, but there's a part of me now that consciously chooses things because I know that there's something else I need to understand. And if I'm in that mindset to want to understand it in another way, I'm obviously going to experience it. So at least I've come to that recognition and I'm aware. So everyone, I hope that your year has been as fruitful as mine. And if not, I would be making those changes to make it that way, because there's so much more to experience just from being around other people and connecting more and giving ourselves space to heal. If you're feeling tired, if you're sick, if there's something not right with you, give yourself the moments. If you take that leap of faith and you take that leap towards what you're wanting, things are going to make their way to you very, very quickly. So the new year, I'm going to start with actually moving in with a new girl and a housemate that's a female, which is going to be awesome. And it's going to be leafy and enjoyable and spiritual and all the fun stuff that should be had between housemates, and I'm really looking forward to it. So thanks for watching and peace.